Hey guys, I got a slightly different video going on here today, as I've got a little conundrum that I'm trying to figure out. I can't decide what to build next. I've got a few choices that I've narrowed it down to in my stash, and I'm trying to pick one to be the next project. Now, there's a reason I've picked each one of these models, and I'm going to go over that with you, let you know why I did it, and maybe you guys can help me make up my mind, because each one is something I really want to tackle, and I just can't decide. The first thing I've got is the new Tamiya Nissan Fairlady 240Z. This is one of my favorite Japanese sports cars. It is a fantastic little car, and this is an amazing kit. This is one of the latest and greatest from Tamiya, and their legendary build quality, their legendary engineering is evident in this, that it's only getting better. They never disappoint. Well, I can't say that. There was a couple of kits that I was a little bit let down on detail wise, as they kind of skimped on the details, even though it was an excellent build. I'm looking at you, Tamiya Ferrari Testarossa, where you could have done a little more detail where in certain places. Even though I love the kit, love the build, I have this now. From what I've seen so far, this thing has details more than you could ever hope for. And the reason this is in the stash, or on the list right now, is because of the fact that Nissan just released the brand new Nissan Z-Car for 2022, I think it is. And it's amazing. So I figured, why not build the original Z-Car in homage to the brand new Nissan Z-Car, which has a lot of styling cues which harken right back to this first of the Z's. And that's why this guy is on the list. This is the Japanese version of the car, as is evident by the fender flares, which I think are a legal requirement for certain cars in Japan, the mirrors on the fenders, and the right-hand drive. So this is one that I'm really looking forward to building, which is why it's on the list. Let's check the next one out. This is one of my favorite starships ever. The original Battlestar Galactica from the 1970s TV series. The new Battlestar Galactica is amazing, love the show, but for me, this will always be my Battlestar Galactica. This is my favorite design of the ship, and Moebius has created an amazing kit. They took the Battlestar and they added details galore on every inch of this ship. I recently just finished on my last build, the Klingon Bird of Prey from the Polar Lights Klingon Bird of Prey USS Grissom kit, and I had so much fun detailing that kit, weathering it, that I've just been dying to jump right into another kit that I can weather and detail up just like I did that one, because that was a blast. And if you're looking for a kit, a spaceship kit, it's just as good as anything from Bandai, Tamiya. It's really got a really high quality kit, and I recommend that one 100%. If you want to see what it's all about, check out my build series on that kit, which is on the channel. Now, this Galactica also has another reason for being here. This is a recent kit from Moebius. Now, I have the original kit from Monogram, which I call the Never-Ending Battlestar Project. And I'm going to show it to you and explain to you why. This is my I want to say it's early 80s, early to mid 80s Monogram Battlestar Galactica. This kit was gifted to me years ago, and it was originally painted all in silver. I repainted the ship in the light gray, and I've done all of the detail work, all of the panel lining. I've been engraving panels into the ship here just to add more and more detail to it. All of these were just blank spaces. All the panel lines here just to add more detail to the ship, because the one place this model was really lacking was in detail. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. The struts on the landing bays. The vertical sections of this kit had no detail whatsoever. Here you see it's completely blank. You have engraved detail here, nothing on the other side. Now this is all hand greebling. I've added all the detail on the vertical surfaces here, here, and here, just to bring some more life to this kit. I've also started detailing the vertical surfaces here, engraving panel lines, adding bits and pieces of greebles, and I made it this far before I stopped. This is what it looked like before. Just a few raised ridges here and there. Very, very, very light detailing. Just makes it look completely unfinished. Now there was a detail kit available for this model. Someone was making it years ago. I'm not really sure if it's even available now. I haven't been able to find it. That included panels to cover all of these issues here. All the side panels here. There is a video somewhere on YouTube of a guy who did the detail kit on this, and it looked amazing. So since I couldn't find it, I decided just to add all the details myself. And that's where I came here. And as you can see, it really does bring the struts to life. Now, this kit I've been working on for years. As I pop onto it, in between builds, add a little more here, add a little more there, just to bring more life to this model. It's been years, never been able to finish it, as I keep moving on to different things. And I decided when Moebius released this that at some point I was going to get it. I ran across this kit, picked it up, and now I really want to build it just so I have a comparison between the Moebius and the Monogram. Which means that at some point I'm going to have to finish this Monogram to do a real comparison. So I may be biting off more than I want to chew right now by building this Moebius, but right now this is what's got my interest. So I really want to do a comparison build between the two. So that is the reason the Battlestar is on this list, because so much fun with the Klingon ship, and doing a comparison to the Monogram would just be for me in my head, and the voices there are telling me that would be really, really interesting, so that's what I'm going with. Okay, let's jump on to our next choice. Okay, this is an interesting one. This is a 1989 Monogram kit of the Corvette ZR1. I've always wanted to build this kit. It's extremely detailed. I mean, to the point where it includes ignition wires, everything. I mean, this is a very, very detailed kit. This is their high performance series, 1/24 scale. I bought this kit when it was new back in 1989, and I've never gotten around to building it. And I'm glad I didn't, because I don't think I could have done it justice back then. I'm no pro by any means. I just love building scale models, and I think my skills now are so much better than they were back then that I could finally do this car some real justice. If you're interested, I did a now and then build using the 1985 Pontiac Fiero, which is one of my favorite cars ever. And I built one back in the early 80s, no, mid 80s, maybe late 80s, I don't know, it was a long time ago. And I did one recently, just a few months ago, as a comparison build, just to show how my skills have developed between when I first started building models and to where I'm at now, and just to show an evolution of my skills. I thought it was just an interesting exercise, and the end result to me was very interesting, as my skills now are completely different than they were back then. If you're interested, you can see that, and you can check out the build on my channel and see exactly what I used to do and the way I do it now. And that's why this one is here, because now I think I can do it justice, and I've wanted to build it forever, and I think now is the time. Now let's go on to our last choice. This kit here is of one of my favorite sports cars of all time. This is the 3rd generation Mazda RX7. I don't count the RX-8 because I don't really think it belongs in this family, and I don't like it. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. This car is amazing, and the interesting thing about this particular kit is that I've had it on the bench more times than I can remember, and every single time I've had it on the bench, I get distracted by something shiny and go, hey, what's that? And I build something else. Every single time, never fails. I've put it up here 100 times, and 100 times I take it off because something else catches my eye. Second reason I haven't built it, I can never decide on a color for this thing. I don't really want to do it in black, although it looks fantastic in black, and I just can't pick a color for this car. I thought about red as it shows on the box, but I don't really want to do another red. Don't know. Still haven't picked a color. Still thinking about it, but I really want to build this car before something else distracts me from it and I go in another direction. So that's why it's back on the bench and may get built. Or maybe not. This is where I need you guys to jump in, throw some suggestions out there, and let me know what you think. Do I jump on the RX-7 finally? I bought this kit. This kit was new in 1992, and I think that's when I got it. And since then, it's been bouncing on and off the bench. So, does it get built now? Don't know. You guys may be its only hope. But I will, because it's another Tamiya kit, and again, their quality is amazing. So, that's it for the current choice of builds. Don't know which one it's going to be. I'm still thinking about it, mulling it over. Each one has a reason to be here. Each one has something that interests me right now. And when I build, I don't build for any other reason other than I find the subject matter interesting at the time. That is pretty much the only reason I pick what I pick when I build. And right now I find all of these equally interesting, along with about a dozen other or so in my stash. But these are the 4 at the top of the list. So why don't you guys help me make up my mind? Tell me what you think. Which of these 4 should be the next build. And I may just go along with what you guys decide. Or I may pick something completely different that's not even on here, because that's the way my brain works. The more interest I have, I think the better I build. So inspiration strikes me and I just go with it. And right now it's striking me in 4 directions between all of these kits, and I don't know which way to go. So let's hear what you guys have to say. Anyway, I just want to say thanks to all of you guys who subscribed to my channel. We're over 400 subscribers now. I'm really, really happy about that. I'm so glad you guys decided to stick with me on this. Scale modelers, we got to stick together and we got to keep building. There's plenty of other scale model channels out there. We should check out as many as we can. I have recently gotten into Luca C, which I find him to be funny, interesting, and love his channel. Also the scale model channel. I could shout out so many guys right now who are just fantastic at what they do here, and I can only hope to one day be as good as they are. So I want to say thanks to all my subscribers. Like I said before, we're over 400. Woohoo! Never thought we'd get that far. And now I'm done. So if you guys stuck with me this far, give me some suggestions. Let me know what you think I should build next. And as always, like, subscribe, visit my Facebook page, Onyx Models, and give a thumbs up. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell them all to subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next one.